The most famous person in world history, Jesus Christ, said, let's see if he can hear me. Hey, you listening to music? Sorry to interrupt you. Do you think atheism's stupid? Say again?
Just a different opinion.
It's a different opinion. Well, I think it's stupid. So it's like an older guy with like a gray mustache and stuff.
And we want to show the clown how he looks in front of a mirror. And so what I've done, very humbly speaking, all these years, I've got the clown with my formerly Bible reading hands here, and I get it by the scruff of its neck, and I force it in front of the mirror, and I say, "Look at yourself, clown! Look at yourself!" And when the atheist opens up his eyes, he sees himself for the first time with big red hair, a big red nose, floppy shoes, in all of his polka dot atheist glory.
And what does it profit you to gain the whole world but lose your soul?
So, you know, when you really think about it, guys, the intelligent person, the wise person, ponders on the afterlife. They think about the afterlife. I'll listen to the atheist fools on YouTube and on the TV, and they'll say, "No one knows what happens after we die." That's what they'll say. But Jesus Christ said that there definitely is a hell and there definitely is a heaven. So I have a deep respect for people that would ponder on the afterlife.
It seems to me that it is a more intelligent person.
The person that thinks about the afterlife is far more intelligent. There's a wisdom to it than the person that doesn't think about the afterlife. So the atheist fools say, well, we don't know what happens when we die. But Jesus talked about a wall, a dividing place. You know, everyone's upset. Well, the liberals are upset about Donald Trump and his wall. Well, there's a wall that God has made between heaven and hell. Excuse me. Jesus talks about this sinner that basically dies, and he talks about a great divide being between him and the righteous person. So let's talk about some heavy stuff today. This is where you're going to end up. This is where I'm going to end up. This is where our bodies end up. So who to believe? The atheists?
That say, oh, this is just madness. This is what they would say. This is just madness. You're here today, gone tomorrow. And there's no reason to it. Or is Jesus Christ right? Do you know that Jesus Christ warned of hell more than any other person in Scripture? So let's talk about the foolishness of atheism. Do you know that it's sinful and evil to be an atheist? It's actually a sin. Because when you deny God, what you're really doing, guys, is the atheists are denying goodness. When you deny God, you deny truth. Now, let's get on the motorcycle and let's talk about some of the stupid things that atheists believe in. They believe all of this that you see here is just madness. That's what they believe. That none of this matters. To be an atheist, you have to believe that none of this matters. Now, I know what atheists are thinking. They'll say, well, no, our goal is to perpetuate our species. The problem, though, is the universe is dying. It's not going to live forever. So everything will die. And unless Jesus Christ is right, all of this is madness. It's just folly upon folly. I believe that there is something after this life. Now, how can I say that? I am confident of it because I believe in someone that has infinite knowledge, God. I get this knowledge from God. So, let's talk about the foolishness of atheism. And by the way, I need your help. So, all I want you to do is click share below this video and send this to your Christian friends and your atheist friends. I have a challenge for all atheists out there. This challenge has gone unanswered and unmet for over 8 years. Here's the challenge. I want atheists to answer one simple question. It's a very simple question. No atheist has been able to do it. Now, this started off over 8 years ago. I think it's going on 9 years now, when I challenged the Atheist Experience Show to answer one question. What proof and evidence can you provide that would prove atheism is accurate and correct? I have yet to be given an answer. I've had them evade. Every single atheist on this YouTube social media website has evaded that question. They won't answer it. Give me some proof and evidence that would prove at last that atheism is accurate and correct. So let's go through a list of things. I have them right here. A list of weird things that atheists believe in. And this is my challenge, my 2019 Atheist Challenge. I have been running this challenge. This is the longest challenge in YouTube history that has gone undefeated. Well over 8 years. No atheist has been able to answer it. Here it is. What proof and evidence can you provide that would at last prove that atheism is accurate and correct? I need your help. Click share below this video and send this video to an atheist, to your Christian friends. Let's get this challenge out there. Every year, the atheists promise me they're going to answer the question, and every year they fail again and again. So, I'm going to be doing this challenge every single year till I die. Till I get in a motorcycle accident, or till the Lord takes me. And of course, you know, Christians never die. Body dies, but we live on. So let's talk about some foolish things that atheists say. So let's start off with number one. I have a list here in my formerly Bible reading hands. And a lot of people ask me, before we go through this list, they say, why do you do these videos? You know, because there's a lot of videos where the motorcycle vloggers will just do videos. Go ahead, brother. We'll just do videos on how to ride a motorcycle, and I've done some of those, but there's only so much you can talk about with motorcycle riding. There's only so much. So let's talk about the things that matter, eternal things. And you know,
You probably heard this story. This is like a story that's been going around for a while. There was this man, this old man lived up in the hills, and he had 2 dogs. And he would always fight the dogs. The dogs would fight against each other. And people would bet on which dog would win. And every single time, this old man would predict it all. Some people say the black dog's going to win, and some say, no, the brown dog's going to win. And he would say, this week, the brown dog's going to win the fight. Dogs will start fighting. The brown dog wins. So people are like, how does he know this? And then another week comes by. Who's going to win this time? He says, the brown dog's going to win again. Sure enough, the brown dog wins again. So people start betting on the brown dog. Another week comes by. They say, who's going to win this time? He says, the black dog's going to win this time. No way, the brown dog won the other 2 weeks. Everyone's betting on the brown dog. Well, the black dog wins, just like the old man said. One more week comes by, and he goes, the brown dog's going to win this time. They said, how do you know who's going to win? And the old man looked up and said, listen, the one I feed the most always wins. People get hungry, they feed their belly, but when's the last time we had our spiritual side of our very beings fed? So that's what we do here. We're going to feed the spiritual side of our bodies. So let's start off with stupid thing number 1. Got to turn left up here. Where atheists say they don't believe in God. Let's talk about this. This is stupid thing number 1 that atheists say. And again, don't forget to help me with my challenge. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Click share below this video and send this. Just type in the YouTube channel. Preferably, I know this is an oxymoron, but a smart atheist, I know there's no such thing. Because the fact that they're atheists shows that they're complete idiots. I don't mean to offend any idiots, but the Bible calls them fools. And I agree with the Bible. So, click share below this video. Send this to one of your sweet, cuddly, huggable atheist fool friends. And let's start off with number 1 stupid thing atheists say right here in my formerly Bible reading hands. Because you know how you got to hold the Bible when you're reading it. Atheists say, I don't believe in God. Well, atheists, I don't believe you. Scripture says in Romans that indeed you do know God exists, but you're suppressing the truth in unrighteousness. Do you know why atheists reject God? It's because of their sin. I guarantee you that there's some sin, some perversion that we don't know about that these atheists are doing. Remember the amazing atheist? I was saying for the longest time, look, he's just denying God because there's some perversion in his life. And then this video emerged of him sticking a banana up his rear end. I'm not making this up. Type in Bananagate on YouTube. And I was right. And everyone was, all the atheist community was saying, no, he's not. He doesn't do stuff like that. I said, I'm telling you, there's some sick perversion in his life of why he denies God. This is the number 1 most subscribed to atheist on YouTube, and I was right. That's just not normal. The poor banana, that's just sick. But you know, Scripture does talk about atheists. It says that they want to go to be a reprobate. If you're an atheist, you're a reprobate. The longer you're in atheism, the more reprobate you are. So you want to escape while you can because you don't want to be doing stuff with bananas. So the Scripture says that God will give them over to a reprobate mind. And this is what happens with atheists. So let's go to the next thing here. So when atheists say they don't believe, let's wrap up with that one. They're suppressing the truth and unrighteousness. Let me give you an example of what Scripture is talking about. You ever go in the swimming pool and you get like a volleyball, or if you're playing water polo and you push the ball underneath the water, what happens if you let go? It pushes back up, right? This is what atheists are doing. They're suppressing the truth and unrighteousness. Each day they are holding that ball underneath the water. They're suppressing it, if you will, and they have to constantly suppress it. There's nobody that talks about God more than the atheist. Let's go to the next weird thing that atheists do. So here's the next weird thing that atheists do. We got a motorcycle guy coming up real fast here. They'll say, well, Islam is wrong. Come on up here, buddy. They'll say Islam is wrong. Therefore, that's a very tall bike, by the way. Islam is wrong, so why do you think Christianity is right? What? They'll say, well, you know, Buddhism is stupid and all this, so why do you think Christianity is right? This is just stupid logic. Well, there's no such thing as atheist logic.
Let's shout to this guy. Let's ask him if he thinks atheism is stupid. This wasn't planned. Let's see if he can hear me. Hey! You listening to music? Sorry to interrupt you. Do you think atheism's stupid? Say again?
It's a different opinion.
It's a different opinion. Well, I think it's stupid. So it's like an older guy with like a gray mustache and stuff.
He's going through the red light. He's like, I don't want to be talking to this Christian guy. I'm running the line. Look at this guy. Let's ask him. We're doing, is our atheism stupid? Review. Let's see if he went right. I think he did. That's okay. I think I can catch up. Okay. So the other guy said, it's a difference of opinion. Now, in respect to that guy, that's partly true, that it's a difference of opinion, but is that all it is a difference of opinion? We just left the cemetery, and we know if Jesus Christ is telling the truth, it's not just a difference of opinion. There's people going to hell in a handbasket. We're just seeing if the guy's here. Who knows if he's... We're going to ask him if he believes that atheism is stupid. My guess is that the motocross rider was being nice and he was like, well, you know, it's a difference of opinion. Let me look up there, way up there, see if I see him. I think the guy went down the side road. We'll go one more light. And if he's not here, we're gonna hit the freeway. So this is actually very good. So the guy on the motocross bike says, It's a difference of opinion. This is the problem with our society. Do you guys know what the law of non-contradiction is? Left cannot be right and right cannot be left, and both atheism and Christianity cannot be right. One of them for sure is wrong, and it's not Christianity. It's atheism. So this is what really, let's go back. This is what really drives me crazy. We got to get on the freeway. We lost the other guy. Well, if we see another motorcycle rider, we'll interview him too. So this is what drives me, just really drives me up the wall, is when they say, oh, all it is a difference of opinion. No. It is true he's on a motocross bike. I'm on a super sport bike. I'm on a sport bike, R1. That's a difference of, well, two different motorcycles. Neither one of us neither motorcycle has any moral implications. But the fact that people will say it's just a difference of opinion, that's scary to me. That it's like that old bumper sticker, I can't stand, that coexist. It'll show the Jewish star, like the Wiccan symbol, the Muslim symbol, and then the Christian symbol, as if they're all equal, when we all know that Islam is a lie, atheism is a lie, Hinduism is a lie. You can be Jewish and be saved. There's some people that are called completed Jews. Jesus was a Jew. Disciples were Jewish. And Gentiles. A lot of his followers were Gentiles. And you know what? This light's not going to change because the bike's so light. So, let's get going. And let's get to the next stupid thing that they say, and we're going to get on the freeway, okay? So, next stupid thing, there's a freeway up here. We'll just hit it up here. We talked about that, how they say other religions are wrong. So what makes you think Christianity is right? This is just not rational. Atheists just don't think. You can't say because one thing is wrong, therefore the other thing is wrong. Now look at it. Here's another motorcycle rider guy here. If I could do a U-turn, I would, but I can't do it here. This is sort of like something I just thought of on the fly, is asking motorcycle riders what they think about atheism. So another motorcycle rider here, dang it, they're all going that way. So, you know how they say, well, it's like Islam's wrong, therefore Christianity is wrong. This is so stupid. Here's a good analogy. If we ask, another thing they'll say, which follows under the same purview of this, is they'll say, everyone has a different, like the motocross bike guy said, it's a difference of opinion. Well, everyone has different opinions. Someone says this is right, someone says that's right, someone says this is right. They all can't be right. This is another weird way of looking at things, and atheists try to confuse the issue. If I asked everyone here watching this video what's 24 multiplied times 777, there's a freeway up here. We'll just go straight. I'm going to get lots of answers, aren't I? This is lane splitting. It is legal in California. But that doesn't mean there's not one correct answer. There's always correct answers to questions. So just because Joe got the answer wrong and Mary got the answer wrong, Bill got the answer wrong, but you got the answer right, it doesn't mean that the right answer, thank you, is wrong. I really want to make it through this light. I don't want to get stuck. Awesome. So, let's just speed this up here. So, hold on. Another light I want to make. Good. Let's go through this real quick. So, another thing too is you'll be talking to them. This happens around Christmas. And they'll say, you'll be talking about Jesus Christ, and they'll say, well, I bet you believe in Santa. This is just stupid that they would say, I bet you believe in Santa when you're talking about Jesus Christ. So God is a non-contingent being. He didn't have to have anyone create him. Santa is a contingent being. He was created by the Coca-Cola Company as an advertising stunt, which worked out pretty good, except it created a lot of atheists. So atheists will say, I bet you believe in Santa. This is just stupid. Again, they're the king and queen of bananas and straw men. By bringing up Santa Claus, it has nothing to do with something else. It's just so stupid. Okay, let's go, because we got a bunch of other stupid... Oh, so we know that the atheists have a big problem because modern science is on the Christian side. You know, Christians all along said that the universe had a beginning, but it was the secular scientists, not the Christian scientists, the secular scientist... This guy is giving tickets, right? The secular scientists were saying, no, the universe just always was. But with modern science, not the old outdated horse and buggy days of Darwinism, with modern science, we discovered that, yes, the universe does have a beginning, but this is a problem because this Honda Civic can't create itself. Something outside of it created it. This is a problem for atheists. This vehicle in front of me, what is it, Infinity, couldn't create itself. Something outside of it had to create itself. Corolla. The universe couldn't create itself. Something outside of it, independent of the universe, had to create it. As we tap my finger to this camera, this creates a problem with atheists because all matter, space, time, energy, even time itself had a beginning. The atheists have a problem. They have to say God did it or nothing did it. Now, the hatred that atheists have for God causes them to do some mentally ill things. Atheists like Lawrence Krauss are now saying, you guessed it, nothing did it. This is what they're saying. They don't want to say God did it, so they're saying nothing did it. In order to be an atheist, you must admit that either God did it or nothing did it. I'm telling you, nothing is the absence of anything. I'm going to need to put gas in my gas tank, right? If I put nothing in my gas tank, I'm going to run out of gas. Nothing is the absence of anything. And atheism is the absence of a brain. So when atheists say nothing did it, have you guys no shame? Have you atheists no shame? That's just... Let's go this way. Here we go. Freeway. We're going to hit some good speeds here. I would rather be able to hold my head up high with dignity and say, God did it. Because that is more rational than nothing did it. Okay. Let's go to the next one here. Evolution created everything. We know Richard Dawkins says Darwin was a genius in his time. Well, Darwin thought that we would find all these thousands upon thousands upon thousands of transitional fossils. We have yet to find the missing link. You know, Darwin thought the cell was just a glob of goo. And now we know the cell is extremely complex. We know about DNA, that DNA is a language. The only thing that creates language is an intelligent mind that creates that, let's go this way, this code in DNA. So let's go through real quick evolution. Do you know evolution does not prove that atheism is true? I have an argument for God based on evolution. There's so much design in evolution. And you've heard it. If you have design, you have to have a designer. I can't believe that people are being honest. There's no way an atheist could convince me that we had the Big Bang explosion and poof, all this popped out by sheer luck and chance. Really, atheist? That is stupidity in its purest form. Go get your dog, Poochie Woochie. Go get your dog right now. Just pause this video. I want to show you something. Go get your dog, Poochie Woochie. Hold your dog in front of you. Look at his little face. Look at his ears. Look at his arms, his paws, I should say, his hind legs. Atheists getting all excited because I said arms. See, the dog has arms, they'll say. His eyes, all that. Do you really believe there was a massive explosion and boom, Poochie Woochie, over millions and millions of years, Poochie Woochie was formed? Really? Please tell me you're not so stupid. If you're an atheist, please tell me you're not so stupid you believe that. Poochie Woochie was formed, something formed him like that, but it was for no reason. It was just madness. Really? That's what you're going with? Okay, go get your cat Felix. Go get your cat Felix. Hold Felix in front of you. Here. Do you really believe? Boom! There's a massive explosion, the Big Bang, and over millions of years with no design whatsoever, Felix popped out? Really? Really? That's what you want to go with, atheist? You're going with that, huh? No wonder you guys are now the least trusted group in society. Do you know atheists are the least trusted group in society? Go look this up. Type in atheist least trusted group. Here we go. All right. Let's go for a ride. There's this motorcycle vlogger, and that's his opening intro. Let's go for a ride. So, by the way, when you're taking these corners, you're going to go left, and then now you're going to cut in on the inside like that. That's how you do it. Left to right. This is such a blast. Now, I believe this person wants to get in front of me. Okay, so anyways, on evolution, there's microevolution, which is changes in limits, and what the heck is going on here? There's a big fire. And then there's macroevolution, which has not been proven yet. It's a theory. This is an oil fire of some sort. Oh, I bet a car caught on fire. So you have, let's get over here, get you better footage. You have macroevolution, which has not been proven. But one species can slowly transition to another species, but we have no missing link. So that's kind of stupid. Oh, another real stupid thing is atheists believe in something that they've never seen before, that life comes from non-life. This is when you're glad you're on a motorcycle, because I'm going to take you right up to this fire. Life comes from non-life. We've never seen that. We always see life creating life. Your parents created you, unless you're a test tube baby. That is life creating life. We've never seen life come from non-life. Yet, if you're an atheist, you must believe that life comes from non-life. Because you cannot have an infinite regress. Go with me here. There must be something that always existed that did not have to be created. This is God. Otherwise, imagine this is a whole assembly line of things, and that thing creates the other thing, and this thing creates the other thing, and that thing creates the other thing, so forth and so on. The very first thing must exist by necessity. It must exist out of its own nature. It did not have to be created. Otherwise, the whole assembly line would not exist, because there's nothing there to create the first thing. Follow along, atheist. Take off your dunce cap. Follow along. Here's the fire. There must be something that cannot not exist. This person is God. But if you're an atheist, you believe really in some stupid stuff, that life comes from non-life. So let's get in the right lane here and see if I can get you a good shot of what the heck is going on here. Looks like it just went out. Now, if you believe that life came from non-life, that is harder to believe than the resurrection of Jesus Christ. As a matter of fact, you automatically disqualify yourself from denying the resurrection of Jesus Christ because you believe that life came from non-life. Well, hell, if you believe life came from non-life, kind of smoky. If you believe that life came from non-life, what the hell won't you believe? It's not a car fire or something back there. So let's go for a ride. Let's go. So, if you believe that life came from non-life, you must then accept the resurrection of Jesus Christ, because you, my silly atheist friend, you believe in something that's never been seen before, that life came from non-life. This is not rational, nor is it scientific. We've never seen that happen. Ever. Imagine there's something that's dead that has no life, and it creates life. This is what atheists believe. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. Have you no dignity? Go get Poochie Woochie and Felix again and pick them up and look at them. Okay, let's go to the next thing, and then if we got enough battery power, we're going to go to the twisties. Oh yes, this is a stupid. Yeah, so if you believe life came from non-life, what the hell won't you believe? You have to believe, if you believe that life came from non-life, let's get over here. This guy wants to go fast behind me. If you believe that life came from non-life, you must believe that there's a possibility that there's unicorns on Mars, or leprechauns on Mars. Why? Well, we have no evidence whatsoever that life comes from non-life. We do have evidence of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I'm going to go through this real quick. Follow along with me, boys and girls. If you're an atheist, please take off your dunce cap at this time. Put your seat in the upright position. Just remember the word alive, A-L-I-V-E. A is for the appearances, L is for low status of women, I is for the immediate proclamation, V is for the voluntary suffering, and E is for the empty tomb. Notice I have nothing up my sleeve. We're doing this all by memory. Everyone agrees, even the most staunch atheist, Bart Ehrman, and his brother Bart Simpson. Everyone believes that the disciples claim to have appearances of Jesus Christ after his death. They believed it so much that they were willing to die for the fact of that belief. A is for the appearances. Check mark on the side of Christianity. That adds some weight to the side of Christianity. L is for the low status of women. If you're going to make up a story in that culture, you're sure as heck not going to say women were the first at the tomb, because a woman's testimony was not as valued as a man's testimony. But what happened, the men were scared. They had just seen what happened to Jesus Christ. The women go to the tomb, and they themselves actually see the risen Jesus Christ. And in history, it has been told that these men, these disciples, were cowards. The story was actually written that way while they were alive, that they're cowards. Now, you have a level of embarrassment. That's what L stands for, level of embarrassment. Plus, you have the low status of women. That adds more credibility to the story, because any made-up story certainly would have used a man's testimony. And are you guys ready for the twisties? But wait, there's more. We have I in the word alive, the immediate proclamation. Atheists and Muslims alike, because they both have the same daddy, atheists and Muslims will lie and say that no one was proclaiming the resurrection of Jesus till hundreds of years later. This is a big, fat atheist Muslim lie. They immediately were proclaiming that Jesus Christ rose from the dead. Go ahead and look. Hold on. Gotta tuck it down. Thank you, brother. Go ahead and look for the creed. Type in the creed, C-R-E-E-D, the creed of Christianity. Type that in, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There was a creed where they talked about, and it was passed down from generation to generation, where they talked about how that he died, that he rose again, and even the people witnessed his resurrection. All right. Immediately, they were proclaiming it. Well, what's V for? V is for the voluntary suffering. Where are these atheist martyrs? Where are these atheist martyrs? You don't have any atheist martyrs throughout history. Where are they? Spineless spaghetti monster spine cowards. But we have people that are willing to lay down their life for the truth and the power and the goodness and the holiness of Christianity. Go to my website. Look right below this video. I got a free gift for you. Go to ShockofGod.net or ShockofGod.com and get the Book of Martyrs, Fox's Book of Martyrs, where people were looking down the barrels of guns and saying, I am not going to deny Jesus Christ. Would you die for a lie? If you knew it was a lie, would you die for it? Why were all the disciples willing to die for it? All of them were, and almost all of them got killed, except one who pinned Revelation, John, and they did try to kill him, but God divinely spared his life for a purpose. V is the voluntary suffering. Really? You got the appearances, you have the low status of women being the first of the tomb, you have the immediate proclamation. By the way, we have the twisties coming up. We have the voluntary suffering. And what is E for? The empty tomb. Well, this is just, icing on the cake. These are rational reasons to believe that Christianity is true. But my challenge is still undefeatable. My challenge, very humbly speaking, as I bow my head to the ground, for about 9 years now, I have been challenging atheists. Where? I have been shouting at the top of my voice, give me some evidence, some proof that atheism is true. Why can't God heal atheist stupidity? Why can't he? Oh yeah, free will. So where is this? The Atheist Experience Show is terrified. When you call up the Atheist Experience Show and ask them that question, what proof and evidence can you provide that proves atheism is accurate and correct? And look at the host hands when you say it, and their hands will be shaking with terror as they hang up on you and they won't answer your question. They're going to evade. E is for the empty tomb. Here we go. Getting into the twisty. So I ask you guys, the new year is here, 2019. Will atheists succeed this year in providing proof and evidence that would finally at last show that atheism is accurate and correct? Or will they fail like they've been doing since 2003, 4, 5, 2006 they failed, 2007 they failed, 2008 they failed, 2009 they failed, 2010 they failed, 2011 they failed, 2012 they failed, 2013 they failed, 2014 they failed, 2015 they failed, 2016 they failed, 2017 they failed, 2018 they failed, and now it is 2019. We do these videos every year. Come on, atheists, step up. Come on, let us approach the truth of Christianity versus the madness of atheism, and let's see which one wins. Well, let me give you a little report. 95% of the world are theists. Right now, 95% of the world rejects atheism. Why? Because it's so stupid. The number one largest force for good, you can call it a religion if you want, Christianity, that's the number one largest force, the largest religion, the Christianity. Do you know that atheism is a clown that didn't know it, but what we've been doing all these years, we've got that clown by the scruff of his neck, and we want to show the clown how he looks in front of a mirror. And so what I've done, very humbly speaking, all these years, I've got the clown with my formerly Bible reading hands here, and I get it by the scruff of its neck, and I force it in front of the mirror, and I say, "Look at yourself, clown! Look at yourself!" And when the atheist opens up his eyes, he sees himself for the first time with big red hair, a big red nose, floppy shoes, in all of his polka dot atheist glory. And he realizes that atheism is just a clown, and it didn't know it. I think we've demonstrated its clownish ways today, don't you? God bless you guys. Have a great week. This is the end of the video, but I'm going to keep it going as we shoot through these twisties here. Here we go. This is so fun. If there was an atheist in front of me right now, I would go up to his nose and go, ha, 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 and honk that big red nose of theirs. And then hide all the bananas I have in my house. We know what those atheists like to do with those bananas. Such a beautiful day. Do you think the atheists will meet my challenge? 9 years! Come on! You think they'd give me some type of proof and evidence that atheism was accurate and correct, but no, alas, they have not.